All right, we love everything about Sasha Alexander, especially because she, like Megan, aspired for one of those ribs. We'll feed you. She started, of course, on NCIS as Special Agent Catelyn Todd. Now she's a medical examiner on the hit TNT series Rizzoli and Isles. And here's the neat thing. You were here when the show first came out.
Yes.
3 episodes on, and kaboom, already a pickup and everything else.
Yeah.
Were you pleasantly surprised it happened that quickly, or?
Well, you know, we were lucky because the show last year, just people really, you know, they took to it right away, and they loved the characters, and so, you know, we had a great first season, and now we're off to a great second season, so our 4th episode airs tonight. And so it's great.
And do you have good intuition about it? Or?
I'm pretty lucky. I mean, my last show, NCIS, is a minor success. You know, so yes, no, I've been pretty lucky. I used to tell my agents, don't let me do a pilot, because if I do one, it might have the opportunity to go for a while. So I hope this one goes for a while.
Well, I get the sense it absolutely will. There was a terrific rapport amongst the whole group on NCIS, and you and Angie seem, I mean, it sounds like a cliche question, but are you pals off camera, because you get that sense there's a good relationship on
People
camera?
certainly want us to be. They're like, well, we do, but we work a lot. We both have families and children, so we're both balancing, you know, motherhood and working long hours. And she lives with her family in Charlotte, North Carolina. So when we're not shooting, no, we don't have a tremendous amount of time to hang out. But I think if we did, yes, we do some shopping together.
Poker and stuff.
Yeah.
But you know what? You bring up a real interesting point, because the last time you were here, and we didn't know until after the fact, you were expecting your daughter.
Yes.
7 months old.
Son.
Excuse me, it's my mistake. 7 months old now.
Yes.
So for a working mom with 2 kids,
yeah.
and the thing that people do not appreciate, these hours are endless.
Yeah, they are. They really are. We work on the average maybe a 14 to 15-hour day.
So how do you do all that?
It's hard. You have to learn how to manage your time, and, you know, as you guys know, everybody works these days and has children. It's just learning how to organize yourself better, get good help. Call your mom up and say, please come over. I'm working all weekend. You know,
do you get to bring him on the set, or is he still just a little too young?
You know, I do bring him, but the truth is because it's a crime show, it's, you know, it can be tricky. You know, I'm in the autopsy room a lot, so there's some dead bodies, and they don't understand why there's a man with his guts out, you know, and he's walking around having a bagel. So, you know, it's a little tricky. I can't always bring them by.
Very good point. Speaking of interesting people on the set, this is sort of a fun thing. The woman who created the show used to be a TV reporter. It was on Inside Edition. Right. So I actually
Janet Tamaro.
I worked with her a million years ago, and the host of Inside Edition a million years ago, Bill O'Reilly. So he popped by.
He did. Lorraine Bracco and I worked with him very late on Friday night. Angie also worked that day, but we did a really fun scene with him that evening. He came in. He's going to pop up in an episode, and he was great. He was a lot of fun.
Because many of us have done those little stints, and people think, oh, you can just jump right into it because this is what you do, but it's still acting.
Yes.
How did he do at the acting part of it?
Well, I'll tell you this. He really knew his lines, and that is the hardest part about it. A lot of great actors can't get their lines out once the camera's rolling.
Right.
So he really knew his lines. He was on point, and that's part of the.
Did he have to do like another take? Did he mess up at all? At any point?
He didn't mess up at all. I think it was a question
well.
of doing it differently and sort of easing yourself into it and being, you know, comfortable. Yeah.
So they wanted Bill O'Reilly, but not the Bill O'Reilly. You know, we love you now, change.
Well, what other side of Bill O'Reilly can we see?
Exactly.
Well, please. You know, I'm one of those people who always, you're doing the stand-up thing, and I always keep it like, but.
Right.
Anyway, here is a look at Dr. Isles. Observe.
Can you give my estimate to Mrs. Rizzoli? I'm just charging it for Pats.
That's very nice of you.
I'm not just being nice. I want to take you out. Listen, you like Italian?
I love Italians. Italian. Northern Italian. Southern, too, and the food.
Let me take you to dinner.
Well, it would be faster if you come to my house.
Faster.
For me. For me, because I work really long hours. Yeah.
I love hot women who can cook.
Oh, okay.
All right. Wow. Now, when the inevitable smooch happens, because he was so scruffy, good or bad?
No, it wasn't good.
See, I know.
Because he ends up being, you have to watch the episode, but he ends up being rather, let's just say, tactless. And he comes at me kind of like a big shark. So the kiss never happens.
Oh, well, how disappointing. We'll tell you, brand new Rizzoli and Isles airs tonight, 10 o'clock on TNT. Sasha, come back anytime.
Thanb you so much.
All right, can we please get her rib now, honestly?
Yes.
She has to have.
And the youngins can run around here. We don't have any dead bodies.